Hi guys, what's up? It's Sydney and welcome to this video. Dun dun dun. Dramatic. I don't know. You guys really wanted to see a high school advice video that's kind of like geared towards freshmen, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I asked you to send me your questions and like topic ideas that you want me to talk about, so you did via Instagram and Twitter, which if you don't follow me on there, you should probably get on that. My username it's right here. It is now time for me to bestow my wisdom on, is that a word? Bestow, confer, or present an honor, right, or gift. I did use that right. Let's get started. How should you deal with mean girls / cliques? Unfortunately, Mean Girls is still around, not the 2004 Tina Fey movie, that's awesome, but actual Mean Girls still exist. I feel like Mean Girls and cliques are a really difficult subject because it varies from person to person a lot, but something that I would recommend for everyone is before you do anything at all, take a step back and look at your own actions and evaluate those before you consider doing anything. I think it's important to not judge someone until you've judged yourself. So if you take a step back and you're like, you know, I'm kind of in a clique, or I've been kind of mean lately, like that's why Mean Girls are such a problem in my life, then change that and then other stuff will change for you. Just know that everyone's gonna come across a mean girl, or boy for that matter, and everyone goes through the same thing and it's gonna be okay and you're gonna get through it. What to do when you don't have any classes with friends. Both my freshman and sophomore years, I didn't have any close friends in my classes, like none at all, zero. And that's where the term school friends comes into play, and it sounds horrible, but it's so true. There are those people that you'll meet in your classes and you're like kind of similar, you talk about stuff and you know, you relate over how hard the teacher is or how much homework there is, and you text from time to time, usually about school, but you're mainly just friends in school, and it's totally fine to make friends like that. I don't see a problem with it at all. Basically just find someone that's nice and in your class and that you can talk to, and maybe you guys can walk from class to class with each other, maybe you guys have a lot of classes together, and even though you may not be super close with them in BFFs, like being school friends is fine, and I think if you find some school friends, you'll be better off. How easy was it for you to make new friends in high school, and were you nervous at all? Let me just say that everyone is nervous going into high school. No matter what, even if they tell you that they're not nervous, they're secretly a little nervous. Being nervous is totally understandable and it's fine, and once you recognize that, you'll be a little less nervous. As for making friends in high school, I know everybody says this, but it's so true. Just join a club or a sport that you enjoy and you're not forcing yourself to do, and you will find people that are very similar to you and people that you get along with nicely. Speaking from personal experience, I have met basically all of my closest friends through field hockey, so try something new. What are some things to avoid when going into high school for the first time? I'm about to sound like your mom. Drugs, mean people, bad situations, basically. All of those things are easily avoidable if you just don't put yourself in the bad situation to begin with. I'm not saying that you have to like sit at your house and be a complete loser, but like think things through before you do them and you'll be fine. How to stay out of drama / ignore it. This was asked so many times to be talked about it, so I feel like I need to talk about it. Drama really sucks, and I can honestly tell you that it does suck, and I feel like at some point you're gonna have like a little drama in your life even if you try to avoid it. The best way to avoid drama is to surround yourself with people that aren't dramatic. There are people that are drama magnets, and if you don't associate with these people, then you'll be okay and there'll be a lot less drama. Drama magnets are literally everywhere. You can like hear them. Oh my god, my boyfriend is so annoying. Yeah, I'm kind of just like gonna break up with him. She's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe it. Okay, so I heard this from Susie. Did you see her Instagram? Basically, they're just super gossipy and they're always up in everyone's business when they don't need to be. And when you do that, it attracts drama, and drama equals conflict, which equals not fun. Another key element to avoid drama is when it's presented to you, don't participate in it. You don't have to pick a side. You don't have to hear the secret. If someone comes up to you and is like, can you believe what so-and-so did? You can just be like, okay, like I don't really care, instead of participating, being like, oh, you know what I heard? But if you do get wrapped up in drama at some point, just keep in mind that it's high school. Okay, this is not your entire life. Most of the stuff that happens in high school is gonna be forgotten after high school. If there's a teacher you really don't like and they're really boring, what are some tips to make it easier to learn? Not gonna lie, there are some boring teachers in high school. I feel like as you go from elementary school to middle school to high school, the teachers just get like more boring and you do more lectures and stuff. This is gonna sound strange, but one thing that I found really helpful is if you make a bingo game, your life will change. If you're friends with other people in the class, or if you talk to other people in the class, you can include them in this. It's super easy to do. Just make a bingo card, but instead of putting like letters and numbers, put things that your teacher does or things that weird people do in the class. So for example, if there's this girl named Emma that nods her head sometimes when the teacher is talking, you can like mark with pencil when that happens. So if you have that on your bingo card, like Emma nodding, then you can mark it off when you see it. And so it's like a live action bingo. If anyone has a weird habit or something that happens repeatedly in class, just like you can add that to one of your bingo squares and then you can like mark it off. You would think that doing this would make your productivity go down, but if you're zoning out every other class, you will pay attention more for bingo. What are some things you want to say to your freshman self? Number one, don't overdo it on the makeup, and if you're gonna experiment, don't do it in school. Never forget socks for gym class, because that's gross. Stop constantly lending your pencils because they never give them back. Earth science is terrible, but biology is worse. Stop trying to constantly impress everyone. This next one was also asked a lot, and it's how to manage your time if you want to do extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities keep me sane. So like definitely do some. Otherwise you're gonna get too wrapped up in school and it'll take over your life. But at the same time, don't let your extracurricular activities take over your life. Like find the balance, and here's some ways to do that. If you're participating in like sports or something, keep in mind that you can't participate if you can't keep up with school. You are a student athlete. Student comes first. Make use of all of the time that you have. So for example, if you're on your way to an away game and you're on the bus, do some homework or something. Have a good relationship with your teacher if you're going to be missing a lot of days of their class. Take as many opportunities as you can, but only bite off what you can chew. If you're doing everything you can and the school aspect is still starting to suffer, that probably is a sign that you're doing too much. What should you do if you haven't had your first kiss and all of your friends have? I love you, by the way. Love you too. And firstly, stop comparing yourself to your friends. Don't let the idea of something like a first kiss consume you, because it's not a huge deal. I'm gonna be super honest, a first kiss is not everything it's cracked up to be, especially if you do it like super early because no one knows what they're doing and it's gonna be awkward no matter what. Don't rush into things because your friends are doing them. How do you know what classes to take if you don't know what you want to do when you're older? Same! I'm gonna be a junior and I still don't know what I want to do when I'm older, and it's not uncommon for people to go to college and not know what they want to do for like a whole year and be an undecided major, and that's fine. You will figure it out, but while you're waiting, take classes that interest you or that you think interest you, and take a variety of classes. I know for a fact that I could never be a doctor and that's never something I could do, so I won't take those classes. But maybe I'm interested in business, so I'll take classes on marketing and accounting and see what I like better. Study tips on how to not be a procrastinator, and I love you so much. I love you too, and procrastinating is something that I feel like only gets bigger in high school. There's really no exact answer, and I wish that I had one for you, but if you're super organized and you plan things out and you write to-do lists for the day, it is gonna help a lot. That's what I do, and I don't procrastinate often, except for on research papers. Those suck. Last question here. What to do if you don't want to be friends with someone? The people you enter high school with may not be the exact group that you leave high school with, and that's okay. Take their feelings into consideration too, and although you don't really want to be friends with them anymore, you've got to respect them at least a little bit because you were friends for a reason. I feel like the easiest way to do this is just to slowly stop hanging out with them and start hanging out with your other friends a lot more. Once you start getting busy with these friends, your friend will start getting busy with those friends, and you'll kind of just slowly drift apart, and it's not like a huge fight that has to happen. You guys don't have to hate each other. You just, well, you know, go your separate ways. And that, my friends, was high school advice with yours truly. I hope you learned something from this video. I will link 2 other helpful videos down below. One of those videos is my last video. It had some advice in it for freshman year and also some things that I think you need for back to school. And the other video is one that I made last year, and it is specifically geared towards freshmen, and it's like tips and tricks and everything, so check those out down below. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you very soon. Bye!